Well, hello and welcome to Small Business Saturday shout out. And it is actually Small Business Saturday. So I hope you were out there supporting small businesses today. So stick around. I have one guest that's going to talk about getting government contracts if you are a small business and a provider, service provider, or if you have products and you would like to secure some government contracts. She is going to tell us all about it. So stick around. Well, hello and welcome to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I am your host, Alicia Couri, and I would love to welcome you. I hope you all had a terrific Thanksgiving weekend. Well, Thanksgiving holiday, and now it is Small Business Saturday. So, this is what the show is about. So, I am going to shout out a business, and I'm also going to shout out a small minority owned business that I support. As well. And this is not a paid advertisement. This is just a product that I use all the time and I love it. It's called Nefertiti Secrets. It is, I use the all-in-one leave-in conditioner and the moringa oil. And this is someone, she started this company. She makes her own products with moringa oil, and it is really good for shiny, healthy hair. Conchita Pleasant. So I'm giving Conchita a shout out today because she's one of my favorite small businesses and minority business. So there you go. I just shouted out a small business. So there are several ways you can get a shout out on this show for your small business. And one of the ways is to be a guest on the show. So you can be a guest on the show and shout out your business. Another way that you can shout out your small business on the show is by leaving me a comment. So comment if you have a small business, if you own a small business, leave a comment with your name and your name of your business. And I will shout it out for you. And if you'd like to leave, like your IG handle, your Facebook handle, how people can get in touch with you, feel free to do that. And I will shout it out for you during the show. And the third way to get a shout out on this show is by doing a 30-second commercial. So you can come on live and do your 30-second pitch, or you can send me a pre-recorded 30-second commercial, but you can come on live and shout out your business here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out with me, Alicia Couri. So I just want to welcome all of you who are watching. If you are on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you like this video so we can continue to bring more content to you. So, and if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss a show when we go live. So go on over to our YouTube channel and check it out. It's youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri, so that you can check out all our content over on YouTube. If you are watching on Facebook, hello Facebook, go check out our group on Facebook. So we have a Small Business Saturday group, Saturday Shout Out group, and it is called facebook.com/groups/SBSSO, which is for Small Business Saturday Shout Out. So you can go join that group if you have a small business. And speaking of that group, we do many things in that group aside from broadcasting this show. We have master classes that we've held. In fact, my guest tonight did a master class on before the RFP. So what you need to know as a company owner or as a company that's trying to bid on government contracts, what you need to know before you submit the RFPs. She did a master class on that. And then also in that group, we have coming up our quarterly networking event. So this is the networking event. It is going to be on December 9th, this quarter, the next month, December 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars for that. And if you would like to join us, you can go ahead and register to be a part of it. And the registration link is right here. It is bit.ly/32AMOSO. And you can be a part of our um, our happy hour networking event, and we give away a lot of prizes, and it's a lot of fun, and people have collaborated coming out of that event. They've done things together and made money together, so they've purchased from one another. So come on over to that networking event. I will share the link once again. It is bit.ly/32AMOSO. And you can be a part of our networking event on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I also want to welcome those of you who are watching here on watching on LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us on LinkedIn. Hello, Corolla. Yes, I remember Lulu. So Corolla has a cosmetics company. So check her out. So thank you so much for joining, Corolla. So thank you for joining us on YouTube, on LinkedIn as well, and Twitch. If you are joining us on Twitch, thank you for watching. It is always great when you guys leave comments. We share the comments. I respond to the comments. And I want to know, if this is bringing value to you. So if it's bringing value, leave a comment, share your thoughts with us, and I will bring you up on screen. And like I said, you can shout out your business. You can put whatever it is that you want to share on in the comments, and I will share it with the audience here on the screen. So go ahead and do that. If you want to connect with me, there are several ways to connect with me, but Alicia360.com is the easiest way to connect with me on all social media platforms. But if you like, if you are an IG person, you can follow me on Instagram at the Alicia Couri or at Audacious Confidence. So you can check me out both on Instagram there. Corolla, yes, you're very welcome. And there are other there's another small business that I'm going to shout out right now too, and that is Dare to Lead with Linda. Dare to Lead with Linda is another small business, and she is again a minority business owner. And so if you want to check out her program, she has an amazing leadership program that's happening in January. It's starting up in January. So Dare to Lead with Linda. If you go to, let me show you, Awaken the Leader. Awaken the Leader. You can go to bit.ly/ATL 2021-2. And that is Awaken the Leader. And you can register there for an amazing leadership development program. So Corolla has 20% off. Yes, 20% off for if you go to lulucosmetics.com. Let's support small businesses. 20% off online for Lulu Cosmetics. So go on over and shop Lulu Cosmetics today for that extra 20% off. Hey, Paula, thank you so much. Your comment disappeared. I'm sorry. You can do it again. So Paula Okone, she has a podcast. There you go. She's a podcaster on Chatting with the Experts. So you can check out her podcast, which showcases immigrant women from Africa and the Caribbean. I was on her podcast, so you got to check out her podcast. Also, so go to Chatting with the Experts and search her out. Thank you, Paula. You are very welcome, Corolla. You are very, very welcome. So make sure to share out that information. Go again to check out Corolla and get that 20% off. So now that I've chit-chatted and shared and shouted out some businesses, some minority-owned businesses, small businesses, women-owned businesses. Listen, if you're a woman, you own a business, share this out. Let me give you a shout out. If you are a minority-owned business, let me give you a shout out. This is Small Business Saturday. I want to shout you out. I want to tell people about who you are and what you're doing in your business. So this is your opportunity. Come on, just keep those comments coming through. I am going to share my interview. I did pre-record this interview because as we speak, she is holding a masterclass, so she couldn't do it live, but I'm going to share our interview together. that we did earlier, that we pre-recorded with Luciana Turner. This is really, really valuable information for anyone who is interested in making money with government contracts for your business. Government contracting, it can be very lucrative as well as consistent income for your business if you get into the government space. But B2G is very challenging. And there are some very specific rules you have to follow when getting into the B2G space. And it doesn't operate like the B2B space. And so I would encourage you to share this with someone who is interested, who has either a consulting business, a coaching business. They have products and services that work for the government space. Share this broadcast out with them, because she dropped some really, really powerful information for us. And she had something coming up in January for you to learn more about getting into the government space. So here we go. I'm going to share now Luciana Turner. Next, we have Luciana Turner, and she is with LT&A Consulting Group, and we're going to talk all about government contracts, so stick around. Welcome back. I am your host, Alicia Couri, and this is Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And today's guest is Luciana Turner. She is the CEO, President, and Chief Consultant of L&T Consulting Group. And let me tell you a little bit about her. Ms. Turner has worked in government contracting for over 20 years. She started her company to fill a gap in the industry around proper contracting awareness. She brings her years of experience and services to her clients with real-world knowledge surrounding the rules of contracting, but how to build, grow, and sustain your contracting company. So I am so excited to welcome to the show Miss Luciana Turner. Hello, good evening.
Hello, how are you doing?
I am wonderful. And I am so excited to have you on Small Business Saturday Shout Out, because it's actually Small Business Saturday and everybody should be shopping small businesses today. So let's talk a little bit about what you do specifically for other boutique consulting businesses, especially around government contracting.
What I do is I instruct, I coach, I train small businesses operating within or entering in the government space. Far too often, businesses enter the B2G space trying to do business as though they're talking to a consumer or to another business. And that is not what you do. So they come into the space and they bump their heads and they're like a bull in the china cabinet.
I'm going to say that. Like a bull, because, especially if you've done B2B, you think it should be exactly the same. If you're answering an RFP from a B2B standpoint, it should be the same as B2G.
And it isn't. And it differs from agency to agency. So if you don't answer correctly, you're non-responsive, they won't even read it.
Wow.
If you don't, if you're not timely, they won't read it. If you don't do it the way they tell you to do it, they won't read it. and it infuriates me, and I have to work on that, because I see talented people that can cure a problem, but their problem is they want to operate in the government space like it's everywhere else. And you have to respect the industry you're in.
That's so true. So someone like me, for instance, I'll use myself as an example, who is not very detail oriented and not good with rules. Hello. I need someone like you to help me navigate this, because I would be someone who would try to get into the B2G space like I am in the B2B space. And that's just not going to work.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not in B2G yet. Because Because I know that there are very specific things that you have to follow, and I need to make sure that I have someone like yourself who can do the due diligence to respond to these RFPs in a way that's going to be successful, because I know I just can't do it. I won't be able to do it.
And that's one of the things I do. I come in and do a compliance review. Are you compliant? Are you compliant ready? And a lot of companies will say, yes, I am. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Um, a lot,
You
and
are
that's
for other companies, but you're not for government.
you're not for government. And quite as it kept, you're not compliant ready for companies in some instances. But because you're not detail oriented in those responses, it doesn't show.
Hmm.
And because you're not audited on that side in the way you're audited in the government, it's not caught as readily, which is why you have these big articles coming out. This company was caught doing something, and we're all sitting here like, well, what took them so long? Because they're not reviewed over there. They
Mm-hmm.
get caught in the government space quicker because the reviews are quicker
Right. Wow.
versus in the B2C and the B2B space. And I tell my clients all the time, or prospective clients, you can pay me now and do it right, or you can pay me more to fix it on the back end.
That's your choice.
Your choice.
I love it. So that rolls me right into, what is your superpower?
Oh my God, I can see I have this eye to see things that you don't see. I, a perfect example, I was in a call with a prospective client and he was explaining his program. And I stopped him and I asked 3 questions. And he was sitting there dumbfounded because he never saw it.
Mm.
And he was like, uh, and his partner was like, my feelings are hurt. Because they were just so sure that their program was tight. In their 3 questions, I revealed to them how it wasn't as tight as they thought it was.
Hmm.
It wasn't as ready as they thought it was. And I wasn't trying to hurt their feelings, but they were just so sure. I was like, well, then you can answer these 3 questions.
Right.
And they couldn't.
And it's because you have over 20 years of experience doing this. So you know exactly what it is that needs to happen.
And the funny thing is, my experience comes from working with people who had 40 years experience.
Mm.
I got thrown to the wolves when I entered government contracting. I, I was literally, my first foray in government contracting auditing was putting together an incurred cost submission. The
Mm.
girl was supposed to teach me, and what she did, she literally handed me a stack of papers this thick and said, this is this is that. Okay. And she left because she
Oh.
was starting a new job
Oh.
at another company. And
Oh.
I was sitting there like,
What? What?
how? How did you even get this report? Wait a minute. So I had to put together the submission, which we had 6 months to do. Okay. Not a lot of time in government speak because this was $1 billion company.
Wow.
And I couldn't even run the first report until March because we had to close out the year for $1 billion company, a
Wow.
multi-billion-dollar company. So I did it by June 30th because the government would not give us an extension, submitted it, found out I did it wrong, but that was okay. Because first thing I learned was as long as you fix it before the government finds it,
Yeah.
it's not an audit finding. So since I figured it out, I did it wrong, I was able to fix
You're
it.
able to fix it. Nice.
But it took me 6 months to fix it.
On the job training. That's like, yeah. That's tough on the job training. And, losing a contract like that for a multi-billion-dollar company is not fun. Sure.
But what was even worse was my manager, when I fixed it, turned it, he knew I did it wrong.
And
He
didn't
was just
say
waiting
anything.
for me to say I did it wrong.
Uh,
But he was actually impressed with the fact that I figured it out on my own and
and then
fixed it.
fixed it. Nice. So you see, this is someone who is working for you on your side that knows what not to do because they've done it, and then knows how to fix it because they've done it too. So and you actually taught a masterclass for our Small Business Saturday shout out community. So thank you for doing that, because you taught a masterclass on submitting for government contracting, what it is you need to know and how you need to be set up before the submission. So thank you. Before you even look at submitting, what it is your company needs to have and do. Um, so let me ask this question, because you have some master classes coming up yourself and some other really great workshops and things. So before you tell everybody about that, I want to know what are some really quick what are some quick tips that you can share with our audience about submitting for government contracting successfully?
Open your emails. That was something I noticed in my last summit, that people have a tendency to, I'll open them all later. And it's a habit that translates into government contracting. And somebody's saying to themselves, well, that's not a big deal. Yes, it is. Because each day the government can be submitting a change that, if you wait until the last minute, can cost you the contract. So get into the habit of reading your emails, all emails, even the ones you deem not important.
Mm. Open your emails. What's the second tip?
Don't think you know it all. Even if you think the answer being given is the most elementary answer, that is where a lot of companies go wrong. They answer the most basic question wrong.
Wrong. Ooh. Give me an example if you can think of one.
The government allowed electronic submission of a proposal. So everybody submitted the electronic submission. It had to be PDF, not Word. But the assumption was it could be anything. So everybody who submitted Word file was automatically
Disqualified.
deleted and disqualified.
Tough.
Simple instruction:
Tough
submit.
rule. Yep. Submit PDF. That's easy. That's easy. Just convert it to a PDF. Um, and do you have I know you gave the example of when you were thrown to the wolves, but do you have kind of a success story of a client that you've worked with that maybe did it wrong the first time and then came to you and you were able to fix it?
I had a client that wanted to give up. They didn't want to bid again. So I kind of talked them into bidding on the contract. Now, they didn't win because they didn't take the coaching. But I talked them into doing a debrief, which is the government in most cases will allow you or tell you what you did wrong. It's called a debrief after the fact.
Okay.
And when we sat through the debrief, everything the government told them was what I had told them before they submitted.
Wow. Do you find these contracts for your clients to bid on, or is it something that they come to you with, or do you do both?
Both. I actually have a subscription that will allow me to source RFPs for my clients. And then I have clients who source their own RFPs.
Nice. So tell us about the class that you have coming up and the workshop and all the goodies that you have going on.
I actually have a class coming up and an ebook that releasing for Cyber Monday called Before the RFP. How to create a solid contracting company.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to take the class, get the ebook, and then you're going to decide to take the class. So it doesn't matter.
That's
And if you sign up for the class, you get the ebook
ebook
automatically.
anyway, right? Awesome.
I'm actually doing a summit the first of the year where we're going to talk about the compliance factor.
Mm-hmm.
7 key things compliance-wise every government contract should be doing.
I can't wait. You know, I'm not in the government space, but as soon as I'm ready to get into the government space, I know who I'm calling first because I don't have the time to fuss around and fiddle around with this and getting it wrong and doing all this. I know I just don't have the time to do that. I will go directly to you when I'm ready to go and get into the government space. In fact, I'm gonna schedule a consultation with you to figure out what it is I need to do, what I need to know before I even consider getting into the government space. And then when I'm ready, you're my girl.
Oh, cool. Can I give like a third tip to your
You
audience?
absolutely can give a third tip.
Now, this tip is wrapped in a fact. Government contracting, a proposal costs you roughly 10% of the contract value. So if you're going after a $25,000 contract, the proposal effort costs you roughly $2,000 to $3,000. So government contracting can be expensive if you do it right. Can you imagine what happens if you're doing it wrong?
Wrong. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is huge. So, yes. So, you don't want to do it wrong if the proposal costs 10% of the value of the contract. You're going to be out a lot of money if you keep getting it wrong. So, you might as well hire someone who knows what they're doing to help you get it right. So, you do win the bid and you do win the contract and recoup that money that you spent in um, in getting the RFP together to send in. Just one other quick question: what usually entails that cost in the RFP?
Labor.
It's a labor cost, a lot of labor.
Consultants, printing, shipping. I'm going to answer that question this way. If you're not tracking the cost, you're automatically doing it wrong.
Ooh, boom! And on that note, we're out of time. But wow, listen, you have a course coming up. Do you have dates for that people can connect with?
The ebook will be out. Actually, the ebook is out Cyber Monday. The training course is out January 13th is when we're holding the course. Training course is 2 days before the RFP. It's January 13th and 14th. I did it 2 days because I did not want to overload people.
Right.
My training schedule is up on my website, LT&A You're going to see the Before the RFP coming out. And my new training, well, it's not really new, but my new training class or group of classes, Sustain a Core, is coming out in February. And you really want to be in that if you're going to do government contracting and do it right.
All right. So go to the website, ltnagroup.com. You can contact Luciana, just DM her on Instagram. It's
Yes.
LT&A Consulting Group on Instagram. Just send her a DM, tell her you saw her on Small Business Saturday Shout Out, or SBSSO, however you want to write it. Tell her you saw her and you want more information on her consulting to help you land these massive, very lucrative government contracts for your company, for your small consulting firm. She can help you get those deals. It's not really a deal, but you help you get the work, help you get the contract for work with the government. So thank you so much, Luciana. And don't forget Cyber Monday. She has her ebook live on Cyber Monday. So go check that out as well on her website. This is her website again. It's ltnagroup.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that was Luciana Turner, and she dropped some really incredible information for us on winning government contracts. Paula, yes, I did put a comment there for you to, you could probably help them create internal podcasts, external podcasts. So go ahead and connect with Luciana. Let me give you her info again. So if you wanted, you can DM her on Instagram. It's at LT and A, spell out the A and D, LT&A Consulting Group. And the website, once again, is it's there we go. That's her website. It is LTandAgroup.com. So I know this was very valuable, great information. Please, please, please do me a favor and join the group. She's a member of the group. Come on into the Small Business Saturday Shoutout group. It is facebook.com/groups/SBSSO. And I want to again invite you to register for our December 9th happy hour cocktail networking event. So it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can come on in. We're going to we always have a great time. It's a lot of fun. Let me give you the link for that again too. So if you want to register for that, it's bit.ly/32AMOSO. So the A is lowercase and then the MOSO is in caps. So go ahead and register to be a part of our final networking event for the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some people have generously donated some gifts to give away, so there are prizes to be had, and I wouldn't miss it if I were you. I would jump on in on that and come to our networking event, even if you're not a member of the group. It's open. There's no cost to come and just meet other small business owners and get to know what they're doing and how they are, how you can collaborate with them in this community. So that's it for the show. Happy Small Business Saturday, everybody who has a small business. I'm so thankful to be here with you today on this show. Again, if you want to connect with me, you can follow me on Instagram at the Alicia Couri. In fact, you can follow me on basically all social media at the Alicia Couri, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. And then yeah, and then you can also connect with me if you want to connect with me everywhere else. It's go to alicia360.com and check that out. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Please subscribe to YouTube. It is youtube.com/c/Alicia Couri. And we got a lot of content over there, not just this SBSSO shows, but we also have Love My Body, Love Myself. And that's going to be this Tuesday. We have a fantastic, I mean, this is such a crazy story. On the next Love My Body, Love Myself, I would encourage you to come even just to hear this story. It is so crazy. So that's at 6 p.m. on Tuesday night. Come on over and join us for Love My Body, Love Myself, and hear Ani Anderson's amazing story, and her journey through what was a very interesting divorce, and learning how to love and accept herself again after going through what she went through. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me today. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I see another comment pop up. All right. Thank you so much, Paula. I appreciate that. And thank you for sticking with me through the show. And I will see you next time on another episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out, where we highlight you, we spotlight you and your business and give you a shout out so that you can take this video, take this information and spread it everywhere. So have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you next time. Come join me on Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody. And, keep that business going. I'll see you next time. Mwah.